everyone, today is Monday the 10th of March 2025 and today I'm going to be changing the oil on the van and also changing the oil drain pan. Yesterday I managed to fit the split charger, so things are slowly getting done. Got plenty of little bodywork jobs I need to do on the bus. Just little bits and pieces as we go as well, so slowly getting there. And like I said the other day, we want to do a bit more camping this year than what we did in the last couple of years, and in general just use the bus more. Right, found my oil drain or catch, so have a little look about, get some tools out what I'm going to need, and then we'll crack on. Let's have a little look underneath. I've got a bit of light under here, so we might be able to see better than what we could the other day. So this is how you change the oil on this bus. You'll have to undo these 6 bolts, drop this plate to allow the oil to come out. Underneath there is an oil strainer. This particular engine don't have a proper oil filter. You can get an aftermarket one which people fit, but we regularly change the oil on the bus, so we're not worried about that. So it's a bit of a pain having to undo these 6 bolts. So what we do is, or what we're going to do is change this plate to one with a drain in the centre. Little bolt you can undo, take out to drain the oil. That's the plan, and that's what we're supposed to be doing this morning. So in all, they're a bit of a flaff, that's why I bought this. I'll get out of the packaging in a little while and you can see what I'm talking about. Might be able to see it there. It's got a hole in the middle where the drain bolt will go, so that'll bolt up onto the bottom of the engine. Like I say, I'll show you as we go. Right, so these are the bolts I'm talking about. I've just started to loosen them. Oil will start pouring out in a bit. Looks a bit wet on the bottom here. I'm not sure whether got slight leaks on these tubes. I don't know if you can see them. There's push rod tubes, or whether are still leaking on the covers. But I'm taking them off today to check the valve clearances, so we'll seal them back on. Right, I'll continue to undo these bolts. I'll show you all this before. As you can see, the oil's now starting to come out, and that's why it's a bit of a flaff really doing this. Some of the little washers have dropped off into the bucket, so I'll have to fish them out as well. Yeah, a bit of a pain having to do it like this all the time, isn't it? But the oil, as you can see, it's really black. I only changed that about this time last year. Since I've had this van, I've had 2 oil changes, and it'll continue to have an oil change every year. Right, so there's no point in just sitting here watching this. We'll just leave that to drain off a bit before I can get that other bolt without getting absolutely caked in oil. So as you can see, the plate is now off. Underneath is a strainer. We'll get that to come down. There it is, look. Just a little strainer to strain the oil as it recirculates. I'm guessing the reason why they put that plate on is so that you change the strainer every time you change the oil. Rightio, so there's the old plate off. And there's the strainer. I'm just going to clean that up with some brake cleaner because there's a little bit of crap on it on the outside. Let's give that a good clean out. And this is the new one which I was talking about. Got a couple of gaskets, and this is the main reason I'm doing it. That obviously bolts up like this, and here is your drain plug, which is ideal, so you can drain the oil out quite easily. And then you can change your strainer when you feel like it. But even if you change it every time, it'll still be easier to drain the oil out from here before you take that off. But my plan is to change the strainer now and then. As you can see, it's not that dirty, and like I said, we are going to be changing the oil quite regularly. Just a little bit of gunk on the platelet, as you can see, nothing much, but it's good. Right, get some brake cleaner, clean up that strainer, and we'll get this all bolted back up. Oh, by the way, they give you some new washers, so I haven't got to fish my washers out of that oil pan, which is good. Before I forget, I'll just say I'm not telling anyone how to do this, I'm just showing you what I'm doing with my bus. The oil strainer all cleaned up like new, ready to go back on. So that is that plate all bolted up. And the middle bolt in is tightened up. Next job is going to be just remove these covers and check the valves. See, I've just removed the valve cover from this side. I think that has been leaking a little bit onto this heat exchanger on the exhaust. What I can see through here, the push rod tubes, they seem okay. So I'm guessing I did have a little bit of a leak here. So I think when I put these back, I didn't buy any new gaskets, but what I'm going to do is reuse these, but I'm going to put a bit of sealer on. Lots of people have got different ideas of what to do, but I think, yeah, that I will use a little bit of sealer this time. I'm just going to check them valves on it. I'm not going to make any video of doing the valves because we did them before, or adjusting the valve clearances. So I'm just going to get the other side off. I'll check them now, and then we'll pop them back on. Simples. That side the valves are adjusted. I'll put the cover back on, and yes, I did use a bit of sealer this time. If you look at the front of this heat exchanger, you'll see there's no pipe joining going into the vehicle. I took them off, one because we were getting fumes, and two because I got the diesel heater. I just whacked that on and warmed the van up anyway, but we don't use it really in the winter time anyway, and if it is a bit damp, we just, like I say, stick the diesel heater on, that soon clears. So all is good. So now I'm going to move across to this side. Like you can see where that has been leaking. Look, you can see it on that heat exchanger. Right, I've got a little prize bar here which I'm going to use to get to my valves. Hook that under there, pull that down, and that will be, to pull this down. Now I should be able to remove the cover to get to my valves. Sides back on. Two of the valves were a little bit tight. Not much, just a little tiny bit. So I've done them, so I know they're all done now. So the next job is to put the oil back in. There we have it, everything's done. All I need to do now is, like I said, is put the oil in The only reason I'm not putting it in now is because I've run out of time. I need to go and get ready for work. So we're going to leave this here. That's the valve clearances done and the oil changed, and of course with the new drain plug fitted. So I'm happy about that. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.